Howdy folks, BC here. You're watching Deuce and Guns. Recently I received an email from a company called Silencer Co. They actually make suppressors for firearms, and they're having a photo contest for someone to make or take the best photo of their bug out situation, their bug out vehicle plus their bug out gear. Now anybody can participate in this, so feel free to go to silencerco.com, I think. Well, you know, just Google, it's fine. And it's called Living in the Red, that's the name of it. And basically they just want you to take the best photo that you can of your bug out setup. And I'm going to put together my photo and submit it, and I'm going to take you guys along and explain to you why I'm choosing the things that I'm choosing. Now the way I see it, you can categorize all of your bug out equipment in 4 separate categories: transportation, security, sustenance, and shelter. I'm going to start off with transportation. M35A2 Deuce and a half. Go anywhere, do anything, lasts forever, reliable as all get out, has a multi-fuel engine, which means not only will it run on diesel, it'll run on anything you can throw into it, which is why I have this. Got my 5-gallon fuel can, and a siphon hose. When I come across an abandoned car, a wrecked car, any kind of car out there, I can drain the gas, I can drain the engine oil, I can drain the transmission fluid, mix it all up, throw it in the tank, and the Deuce purrs like a kitten. A 14,000 pound kitten. Now along with a Deuce and a half and fuel to feed that very thirsty engine, about 10 miles per gallon by the way, you need to be able to get things out of your way, say fallen trees if it's a natural disaster. And you need to make sure that this chainsaw actually works like it's supposed to. Got to make sure your tools work. Now the second category is security and safety. The shotgun is your best bet for close quarters, combat, and self-defense. Very versatile. You can go anywhere from birdshot, various degrees of birdshot, to various degrees of buckshot and slugs. It is empty, by the way. I'll just leave that chamber open. Also, you can't always have your shotgun up and ready, which means you need to have a pistol, preferably with a high capacity magazine. Now, you want one that you are familiar with. It doesn't have to be a Glock. This happens to be my Glock, but you can use whatever you want to, and just make sure you have plenty of reserve ammo just in case. Now what if you have to take care of something that's further away than what you're comfortable with a shotgun or your pistol? Well, I got just a thing. And that thing is an AR-15 with 4 GI, regular normal aluminum GI magazines for patrol and for defense when you're securing a defensive location. 100 round dual drum for when you really want to reach out and touch somebody with the greatest of accuracy and ease and ammo capacity. And of course, with all its firepower, you're going to want as much ammo as you can carry. That pretty much takes care of your security and your safety. Now let's take a look at sustenance. Now for sustenance, the most important part of this is water. So you want to start off with as much water as you can carry. So I usually have 1 or 2 of these stainless steel water bottles, and incorporated into my backpack is a Camelback that holds 2 liters. Normally, I believe the basic idea is to try to carry 3 liters with you. That will take care of you for quite a while until you can find another source of water. And when you do find that source of water, have some iodine tablets with you to take care of Giardia or any other kind of bad things that could be in that water. Now, along with water, you're going to need food. You're probably going to have to cook that food eventually. So I suggest just a cheap little gas stove, a couple bottles of gas, and a decent little mess kit to cook all your food in. And for emergency situations, I also recommend to have a couple Cliff Bars. Now you're probably asking yourself, BC, where are you going to get the food to cook on that little stove? Well, I highly recommend bringing along a Ruger 1022. It's not the most accurate rifle in my arsenal, but it definitely is the most robust. It will definitely take a licking and keep on ticking. And along with that, you want to grab yourself a brick of ammo just to keep in your bug out bag. A 1022 and a brick of ammo will feed you with squirrel meat or rabbit meat for a very long time. I'm going to put that down in my bug out bag. And by the way, all of these actions are open. I'm not walking around here with loaded, ready to go weapons. Now that takes care of sustenance. Let's take a look at shelter. And now shelter, there's lots you can do with a simple tarp, some bungee cords, a simple thin bedroll, and some paracord. Along with your chainsaw, you can pretty much build whatever temporary structure and make that as permanent as you want. And now let's say you've got your safety taken care of, you got food, you got water, you transported yourself to where you need to be. You have to, part of your shelter has to be exercising your mind, keeping your brain sharp. Number one, believe it or not, socks. There's nothing that makes you more miserable than if you got all you got is wet socks. Carry as many socks as possible. Number two, a wind-up radio. Now, this has a flashlight on it, and of course will also wind up, charge your cell phone if the cell phone is actually still available, and you got your radio as well. That always goes in there. Grab whatever book you're reading or just about to read. This one happens to be by, let's see, Jack McDevitt, and it is called The Odyssey. That's just what I would grab because that's on my nightstand. And another book I highly recommend, I'll put a picture of this. You should all, everybody that's watching this should have this already. It's called the Pocket Reference. It has all the information you need for everything. In a bug out type situation, let's say you run across an old military generator or any generator, you need to calculate the voltage drop from where the generator is to where you need the electricity with a certain size, certain gauge wire. The formula's in this book, along with everything else you might ever need. Bring this with you always. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up the shot. I pretty much discussed everything I'm going to put in here, and just make sure everything's visible in the photograph. That looks pretty good. I'm going to check it in the viewfinder real quick. And here we go. Let me suck in my gut real quick.